Hello and welcome to Draw It and Know It. This is the art lesson edition, and today we're going to have a lot of fun drawing an octopus. So let's get going. All right, today we're going to have a pencil to draw some sketch lines to block out the octopus. We're going to draw with a marker after we draw with our pencil. So we're going to draw the ink lines with the marker. And then you're going to need some colored markers too. Now today's main color, at least for me, is going to be orange. So make sure you have something to color with, a pencil, some colored pencils or markers or whatever you want. That part's up to you. All right, so here we go with our drawing of an octopus. An octopus, we're going to do something a little different today too. We're going to use some reference photos. So I'm going to be looking at the photos and I'm going to be drawing with my pencil to block in the octopus. And first, the octopus has this big kind of oval egg-shaped part of its kind of a head type of thing. And so we draw that, and then we draw where the eyes go. And the eyes are kind of like on these little stands or little things that kind of poke out from the head. And so we're drawing that. And then we're going to draw where the eyes go, two little ovals or circles. And we're just sketching this in. And then the part where the legs go kind of sticks out from that big oval thing. We're going to draw a line there, kind of a guide to help us draw the legs. Now, the octopus has 8 legs, right? Everyone knows that, or pretty much everyone knows that. So we're actually going to draw 6 little lines here, just 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's going to help guide us to drawing the legs. Now you're saying, but there's 8, but just be patient. Okay, now draw out from those little spot or those little lines that we started. We're going to draw the beginning of our legs. All right, so this is very important to help keep things straight. And I like to kind of curl things at the end. Now the legs that you draw don't have to be exactly the same as mine. You can make them go different directions or however they fit on the paper. So you decide how you want these legs to look. Now these first 6, you got to kind of keep it straight where they attach and how you start the other part of the leg. But we're going to draw down, and this part is kind of the same for all the other legs. Again, just kind of follow that first guideline leg line that you drew, and then draw out, make the first part skinnier, and then most of them end thicker than what you started with. All right, so 8 legs that start with these main 6, and then we got the number 6 leg right there, and that one's kind of behind the other one. And now we're going to draw in the other 2 behind, so that kind of helps make it simple, so you don't have to deal with all 8 legs right away. All right, we're going to finish that last leg, and again, that leg's way behind, so you only have to draw part of it. All right, and so there's something else on the octopus too. It's got some webbing in between its legs, and so we're going to draw an indication of that webbing. Again, we're looking at our photo reference for what an octopus really looks like to help us be a little more accurate. All right, and so then there's an underside to the legs, and we're going to indicate some of that underside, because the underside of an octopus leg is very, very special. It has some really neat little parts that we're gonna ink in later, and add some more detail to this octopus. Now, an octopus is kind of a lot the same, but there's lots of really cool detail too, and so it's a lot of fun to draw. And now I'm going to take out my marker and I'm going to start inking, and again following the lines that we've drawn with our pencil. Now I'm not drawing exactly the same, but we're just kind of following, and sometimes I'm trying to improve things a little bit when I'm doing my inks. All right, so follow the big line for the head part. All right, and then now the lines for the legs, again, they're a lot the same. So as I'm showing you how I'm inking the leg lines, I'm going to go kind of fast. So you may want to stop this and then do some inking yourself, and then watch me do a little bit more. You decide how that happens, but again, I'm going to go kind of fast because we've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. All right, so as I'm showing the inks, I want to tell you a little bit about the octopus. One of the famous things about an octopus is that it has ink, and when it tries to escape or when something's chasing it, it'll shoot out bursts of ink, little clouds of ink, and that'll get in the way of the predator that's chasing it and kind of confuse it. And so that's one of the mechanisms that God has given an octopus in this fallen world to help it survive. And that ink also is kind of poisonous too. So in fact, it can even harm the octopus if it kind of gets trapped in its own ink cloud. So it's got to avoid that. Did you know that an octopus has blue blood? You know, humans, we have red blood because our blood is iron-based. An octopus has copper-based blood. So that's very, very different and very unique. Some people think that because it's so different and unique, maybe an octopus is an alien, that it came from another planet somehow. But that's not true. An octopus is a sea creature. So if we look in the Bible, God created sea creatures on day 5. So it's an earth creature. Now we're inking in the suction cups underneath those legs. And so again, just kind of you decide where the suction cups go and how big they are. But look at the photos that I have and then kind of follow along. And I'm going to ink in a lot of little suction cups under those underneath parts that we've shown. All right. So an octopus, some octopus kinds or variations are small enough to fit in your hand, and others are really, really big, 150 pounds, and some of them can be big enough to have a 20-foot arm span. So really, really big. Sadly, though, an octopus's lifespan is very, very short. Some of them live between 1 and 2 years, so they don't live very long. Now, the eyes are not round. The pupils in the eyes are rectangular on an octopus, and so I'm going to draw them rectangular here. That might seem kind of weird again, but that's how God made the octopus. So my sketch lines are going to go away, and now I'm going to use Photoshop. I'm going to do some digital things here that I'm not expecting you to be able to do, but I'm going to outline the creature, the octopus, and I'm going to prepare it to be colored. So again, as I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you about something else. The octopus is a very, very intelligent animal. In fact, anyone that's caught an octopus and tried to keep it know that they're escape experts. These things can escape from aquariums, and people try to put them in containers or whatever, and these guys figure out a way to escape. And so they're very, very clever, they're intelligent, and they've got bodies that don't have bones for the most part. Those legs and the big head part, there's only one little bone on an octopus, and it's got a beak underneath that it eats with. But otherwise, it doesn't have any bones. And so it can squeeze its body all the way through little holes and escape and get away. And so that helps it. It's kind of known as a Houdini animal. It can just escape. All right. So now I'm going to fill in my shape here with a color. And most octopuses are kind of a brown or an orange. And so I've got a lighter orange color here. Now I kind of missed some parts, and so I'm going to kind of color in and fix some of those parts that I missed. All right. And so another thing that God made the octopus to do is that it can change its color. And so today, not only have I colored this octopus that I've drawn for you, but I'm also going to kind of indicate, again, using Photoshop, that the octopus. Now I'm going to color underneath the arms because there's kind of a lighter coloration where the tentacles are. All right. So, but the octopus can also change colors. It is a marvelous creation of our creative and inventive God. And God gave the octopus the ability to change colors. Now its eyes are yellow. Again, kind of a little strange. But the body of the octopus, it can look around and see the textures around it, and it can know what its background, what the background looks like, and it can change colors so that it camouflages and fits into the background and hides. And so again, I'm going to kind of do that in Photoshop here, and I'm going to take the color, the shape that I've given this octopus, and I'm going to use an eraser, and I'm going to kind of start erasing a little bit of this orange shape that the octopus has and kind of make it look like this octopus is starting to change its color to match the background, because octopus do that in real life, and it's amazing because they seem to just disappear. They almost become invisible. And so here I am erasing some of the coloration so the background kind of shows through, so it looks like the octopus is changing color and it's going to fit into its background. And the cells on the octopus that change colors, again, are amazing. Scientists look at this and just kind of scratch their heads. How did this thing, do this? And then not only that, but people that don't believe in God try to think, how did this thing evolve? How did it happen? This is an accident, but it's so marvelous. It causes people just to wonder about it. But people that believe the Bible know that God is the creator of the octopus. And so when we see the amazing abilities that God's creation and creatures have, like the octopus, we don't have to wonder where this came from or how this happened. We know that our wonderful, amazing God made this creature to do wonderful things, and he created us with the capacity to realize that that's a wonderful thing, and that we can be in awe and wonder and give credit and praise to our wonderful creative God. All right, so I hope you had fun drawing the octopus with me, and I hope that you watch some of my other draw it and know it videos and increase your ability as an artist, and have a great